channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a back to school video. So today it is July 27th, and that means I have about more like 20 some days until school starts for me, because I start August 13th. Today will start my back to school series. So I'm going to be doing something that I did last year. It's going to be giving tips and tricks, just tips for middle schoolers. Now, last year I only could do really for 6th and 7th graders because I was going to 8th grade, but now I'm going to 9th grade, so I can do it for all grades. So a few things will be repeated, but I think you guys will still enjoy this video. Also, so sorry it took me so long to upload part 2 of my vacation video. I've just been very busy, and I should have uploaded it, and it's still not uploaded by the time that I am filming this video, but it's fine, it will be soon enough. So also I have a total of 4 videos, including this one, that I want to do for back to school. Anyway, so I want to have this video, obviously the back to school supplies haul, and then I want to for sure do a two routines of sorts. So I'm sorry y'all, my camera keeps sliding. Alright, so I for sure want to do a first day of school morning routine, because I think those are just so fun to film, especially since I'm an incoming high school student. I'm a freshman, so I think that would be really cool to film, like first day of high school. But I want to do a nighttime routine. I don't really know. Comment down below if you guys want a nighttime routine at all. Whether or not you want a morning routine, I'm going to do it. But I might do a poll up here somewhere, or just comment down below if I don't do the poll. The polls will be no routine, both option 1 or option 2. And option 1 is the 12th nighttime routine, or option 2 is the once everything gets rolling. So without further ado, let's get on with the tips and tricks. Oh, yeah, let's go. My first tips are for 6th graders, and these are very important tips. I have 2 tips for the 6th graders that I think that you will enjoy. If you are going to 6th grade, I think these tips will very help you. Tip 1 is do not be afraid of the 7th or 8th graders. Remember that the 7th graders are pretty much, for the most part, the same age as you. Don't be scared, because literally 2 months before they were in the same exact, well, not really 2 months because it was the end of school, but 2 months before they were in 6th grade. And don't be afraid of them, especially don't be afraid of the 8th graders, because they usually do something dumb and don't seem as tough as they portray to be. So the next thing for 6th graders is to don't run to your classes. I know I never did this, especially my sister did though, and I tried to tell her over and over again that it's unnecessary, and then she had to stop, thank God. But you know, running your classes is not necessary. They give you enough time to make it to your class on time without having to run. I never really had to run a class. 6th grade is all about new beginnings, pretty much setting up a new reputation for yourself. So if you have start a good reputation for yourself of being in class on time, you know, getting your business taken care of, if you are a little bit late or a few minutes past the bell, a few seconds past the bell, your teacher usually won't give a hoot. They might care, but it won't be as bad as somebody who's late consistently. But yeah, definitely you don't have to run your classes. You do not, I cannot emphasize that enough. You do not have to run to your classes, alrighty? Definitely don't have to do that. So don't do it. 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 Alright, on to the 7th grade tippers. There's only one major tip that I have for 7th graders, and that is you're not all that. You're not all that. Sorry, you are not all that. 7th graders, you're not all that. Let me say it one more time. You're not all that. Already, like I said, for the 6th graders, you 2 months ago were in 6th grade yourselves, and also you're basically the same age as them. All I'm trying to say is that you cannot be mean to them. Also, like, just saying, you pretty much aren't out of the clear either. Like, there's still people above you that could, like, push you around, so don't push the 6th graders around. You remember when you were in 6th grade and how people tried to like push you around, or you remember when you were in 6th grade and people tried to push you around. Don't push them around. And as I'm saying, like I just said, you are not out of the clear. There's still people older than you, so don't be mean to the 6th graders. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. On to the 8th grade tips. This is going by really fast because I don't really have that many more like new tips, but for the 8th grade it's kind of different. Alright, the first 8th grade tip is the same as the first 7th grade tip and the only 7th grade tip. You are not all that, alrighty? You're out of the clear. You don't really have anybody else pushing you around. But you remember you in 7th grade if there was 8th graders pushing you around. You remember in 6th grade if there was 8th graders and 7th graders pushing you around. Basically what I'm trying to say is that you either got pushed around or saw people get pushed around. So by pushed around I don't mean like physically pushing people around, but just being like, you know, mean. Just like ooh, goofy or whatever. Anyway, you're not all that. And the next year, in like approximately 10 months, if you will be a fresh bait again. So I just know that freshmen are fresh bait. Alrighty? Freshmen equals fresh bait. It's in the name. It's in the name. It's in the name. The next two that I was going to say separately are kind of grouped together, and it's basically to try really hard because everything counts. 8th grade, most of the time, they offer high school courses or high school credit classes as we call them. Basically, if you pass the class, you get credit for high school, and that is a big deal. What I'm saying is that you need to try very hard because it's not hard, but it's not easy either. You can't just breeze through it unless you are Jesus. Everything counts. But everything counts, I mean like every test that you take, it counts, because especially if it's a high school class, it counts. Like if you want to have a good grade in that class, if it's a high school credit class, that every test, everything that's graded counts. Obviously in the past it counts, but it's not as big of a deal. Like, okay, just an example, it's like mid 9 weeks, well, 9 weeks for us, but mid 9 weeks, and you have an A in the class. If you make an F, you, depending on your grades, you might have an A or B. Mid 9 weeks, if you have an A in the class and you get a 0, which is a high school grading scale, it's 0. It's not an F anymore, it's 0. You literally could go from an A to a C like that. It's bad. So everything counts. Literally everything that's graded counts. For like, if you make too many of those, you will not be able to recover. It's very difficult, way harder to recover from a 0 than it is an F, for sure. So just make sure that you're trying your best in every single thing that you do, as in life. Whatever grade you're in, whatever stage of your life you're in, make sure that you try your best in every single thing that you do. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you want me to do next, and I will see y'all next time in my back to school series. Adios!